Hello, and welcome to GenBlend, a podcast about bridging the generational gap within marketing. I'm your host, Matt Lantrip, out of the Sacramento marketing firm Infuze Marketing, and I'm here today with the owner of Infuze, Stacy Devine.
Hi, Matt.
So you wanted to start a podcast. Why don't you just go ahead, first episode here, give a little backstory about Infuze and why you wanted to do this.
Well, I don't know so much that I wanted to start a podcast as much as within the GenBlend mindset, right? This younger generation, specifically you and the rest of the team, this is how you guys communicate. This is how you learn. This is how you educate each other. And you all seem to be fascinated with podcasts. So I thought it was time for us to start one.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
So do you want to give people a little background about Infuze and who we are and what we do? And
Sure. I started Infuze in 2007 as a full-service marketing firm coming from a corporate background, thinking, well, we'll just do all things for all people. However, we've transitioned into a new direction in this last 12 months where we are going to be much more specialized in a number of industries. Infuze will still maintain that full-service marketing capacity, but we've started some new entities. GoPrezo, which is specifically focused on developing and designing very, very cool PowerPoint presentations. Design Fix, which is all graphic design. Sammy Social, which is going to handle all the social media needs you could ever imagine, including photography and videography and things like this. Fun podcasts. And then we have Pix and Post, which is a pick your pick and post it in social media. It's a photography website with some cool original photography from a number of local photographers and outside the California area photographers. So we got some really exciting stuff going on.
all right, great. So now everyone out there knows a little bit about Infuze, why we're doing this, what we wanted to do. And so you came up with the GenBlend name that we all voted on. Mm-hmm. And so pretty much, as she was saying, you're going to be hearing people from all different age ranges within our marketing company and everything that we do, talking about different ways and kind of just how each generation sees a different topic within marketing. And that was kind of the idea behind everything.
Mm-hmm, exactly. We feel pretty strongly within Infuze. You know, we have a number of specialties that we can do as far as production as a full service marketing firm. But I think what makes us special is that we have an age range of team members who come from a variety of backgrounds and industries. Honestly, we have one person who's ever worked in an agency. So out of all of the team members that we have, they range from 22 to 65. And so you can imagine the perspectives we have on how marketing works best and how to best serve our clients. And I just think it makes us a really unique company in the fact that we can offer so many different perceptions and perspectives to our clients.
Awesome. So let's get into our first topic here, and that's why your website sucks. So this is something you feel very strongly about. I heard on my first day.
I do. I think you have to have a good website today, you know, and as I say that, Infuze is revamping their website, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's imperative to business today. I think a couple of things are really important. And back in the day, that's one of my favorite statements. Back in the day, we didn't even have websites, right? So the majority of the things that were done in a marketing environment were very relationship driven, one-on-one, or in front of big audiences like trade shows, or it was all print based. But today, everything is digital. Right. And so if you have a crummy website that doesn't include a variety of things that are really important to drive your audience to contact you, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Why pay for it? So you really need to put that effort and that energy into your website.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing how many websites I've actually seen out there where it's like, it's hard to navigate or it just looks so out of date. It's like, we just came upon this recently looking for something for the office. It's a whiteboard company that is just... Their website still had some of the worst looking Photoshops I've ever seen on it. It looked like it was probably made in the year 1999 and hasn't been updated since.
Yep.
And it's funny how people still think that's just okay.
Yeah. Well, they don't know any different. I mean, so we can be critical from our side of things because look what we do for a living.
Yeah.
But the average person really doesn't know any different. I think most people... really don't know how to make a good website. And I think a lot of people, especially with the invention of things like Wix, mm-hmm. They think they can develop their own website and it's going to look amazing. Well, you could even have a good photo on there. But if you don't have certain things like your contact information front and center, what are you doing, right? You're missing a whole audience.
Yeah.
And so this isn't really about criticizing anything or anyone. This is really just about providing good advice for why it's not good today and how to make it better.
So let's start off. So, I mean, I guess we can kind of use our own Sammy Social website as kind of like a basis for. So the the design of it, it's definitely with that new sleek design, that thing that's been popular the past couple of years, those one sheet essentially pages where you just scroll down, don't have to go to a bunch of different new pages, which once those actually came along, I personally felt I liked it. I was just like, oh, cool, just all right here, good to go. And so what kind of made you geared towards that?
Well, so let me backtrack ever so slightly, right? So this is Matt talking to Stacy right now. And when Matt says he loves that new design, that's because Matt's young and Matt likes everything very simplified and very easy to access. Again, back in the day, right? Websites were very complicated. People wanted as much information as they could put on it because it was an outlet and a resource to get all your information in a digital environment. So what you'll notice with trends over even just the last 5 years, let alone the last 10 years, is the design and the design tastes that are out in the marketplace change dramatically. Okay, let's look at even 2 years ago, maybe even 1 year ago. Live video was really hot as far as having it be your holding page image, your homepage image, but today it's not, right? It's moved into a static image. Well, 5 years ago, static images were hot. Static images are back on that homepage. So there's just a variety of things that I've noticed over the years that really it's gone from let's make a very, very complicated website with many, many, many pages and lots of drop-down menus to simple. Let's just make it one screen, one slide, not a bunch of menu items, right? So it just keeps changing. But the thing about what makes your website, why your website sucks, those things are continuous. Those aren't going to change. So your design elements may change, but the things that make your website really good versus what makes your website really bad, they're the same.
Obviously, there's some certain things that you feel are no matter what important. So what would you say are probably like your top 5 out of those that every website needs to have?
Well, the funny thing is, how am I going to limit it to 5, right? But I'll do my best. So first things first, I think if you don't have rich, vibrant images on your website, you're shooting yourself in the foot. I'll say that over and over. This is how we're going to shoot ourselves in the foot. Or as I like to say, take your cash, throw it into a good toilet receptacle and push the handle and watch it get flushed. Because that's what you're doing when you spend a bunch of money on a website and you don't have these things. Another thing, contact information should be front and center. First thing people see, not just your phone number, your email address. Make it bold. I see so many websites where it takes me a half an hour just to find the contact person. And then when you put a form on there, that's lovely, but do you know how many people you lose because they don't want to populate that form and they don't want to give you their information? Do yourself a favor, put an email and a phone number as well as your contact form. Do both. Trust me, you're going to lose people if you don't put that contact information on there.
Yeah, I've always felt like the form is just kind of a way to, it's like, oh, hey, contact us for your thing. And it's just like, no, you're just trying to sign me up for your newsletter and that's about it. And at least that's the way the form has always felt to me.
Yeah, and that's a new thing right now, right? Everybody's trying to capture information because data is king. So we need all sorts of data. We need all sorts of, email addresses to be able to communicate with. But there's a way to do it that's subtle and respectful to someone's time. And then there's another way that's just intrusive, and we've gone over the top. We pretty much do that in digital. We're always kind of going past the level of comfort, and we lose an audience that way.
Yeah. Yeah, so, the amount of emails I have to unsubscribe from.
Oh my, it's the worst.
Yeah.
Another one is inconsistent colors and inconsistent branding. So, obviously I'm a brand queen. So I love to see brand across someone's website. And when I say brand, I'm talking about who are you, right? Who's your company? And how is that being spread across all of your mediums, not just your website, but your website is key, right? So do your links match up? Is your social media accurate when someone clicks on your Facebook link? Is it just there because it looks like a cute little icon? Or when I click on it, am I going to go to your Facebook page? Dead links is another one. You want to lose an audience? Have a dead link on your website. They're not coming back a second time, guaranteed. Yeah. Inconsistent colors. Inconsistent colors. Oh my gosh, you guys, just like Matt just said, right? Simple is king right now. So just keep it simple. Too many colors, you've lost me. Another thing, too much content. Right? It's the same thing with having a conversation with somebody. You don't need to tell them all the details. You can tell the story and just hit the highlights. Do the exact same thing on your website. Content is king only when there's not very much on there.
Yeah, so it's almost like this minimalist approach to everything nowadays that is really kind of taken over the whole like marketing sphere. It's like just make people interested and have them find. What I've found is if someone's actually interested, they'll come find you. Otherwise, you're just hitting the wrong people. You just want to get the people who are actually interested in it. And that's where like that minimalist design, I think, is really taking over right now.
Well, it's with everything. It's with cars today. It's with clothing today. It's with our style, right? Mm-hmm. Everything is very clean, a lot of white space, a lot of images that are very rich, but not real busy.
Yeah.
You don't want to put a ton of content over the top of your images either because it can't be read. So when you don't have contrast that makes sense, like if you have a white box as a website and you have a yellow font, I can't see that.
Yeah.
So, your contrast in color for your fonts, that's key as well, right?
Yeah. All right. So I think that's number 4 and number 5.
Oh, man. Are you going to hold me to this?
No, you can do a few.
I would say not having a blog maintained, just having a blog link on there and it just goes to nowhere. Ooh, even better one. Outdated information. Can I just tell you how many websites we do and people have a press release from 2005 on it? We don't need your press release from 2005 on your website. Pretty much everything you put on your website needs to be relatively new and relatively interesting. Again, who's your audience, right? So figure that out before you go and design your website to begin with. But the world is too busy. We do not have time. We all thought that we were going to create this digital environment, social and websites and all this kind of stuff because it was going to make our lives easier. It has not made our lives easier. So please don't put stuff on there that, is irrelevant to this time and day. Mm-hmm. I want to know what's new, what's interesting, what's happening now. What you thought in 2005 is not the same as what you think in 2017.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think that's a good quick overview about things that everyone needs to be looking out for, whether you're small business, big business, or if you want a website done. We're always here to help you through it. We've been doing websites like crazy recently and hoping to do more with all the Sammy Social stuff that we've got going on.
Yeah, we're very skilled at it. We have one of the top web designers we couldn't be more proud of, and we've been doing them for 10 and a half years. We're very up to snuff on what all the legalities are and the regulations and the disclaimers and all the legal stuff that you really shouldn't have to know. And we also don't expect our clients, quite frankly, to be experts in web design. You can't do everything. So, let the people who do it all the time often do it for you. Yeah. And we're pretty good about that.
Perfect. All right. Thanks for listening, everyone. Make sure to check out Infuze at infusemarketing.com and all of our subsidiaries GoPresso, DesignFix, Sammy Social, and Pix and Post online on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Thanks for checking out the inaugural episode of GenBlend and hope you guys enjoy it, and we'll see you guys next week.